Hi, everyone. My name is Jim Lal-Tabak. I'm a yoga teacher, energy healer, health and wellness coach. Welcome to this healing energy treatment. Um, and those of you, if there's, I think there might be one newer person, just a little backstory on my history. Back in 1982, I had a near-death experience and left my body. uh, Decided I was very ill at the time, and I was happy to be evicted at that at that time. And so ever since then, I've been on this kind of a spiritual and physical quest for health and wellness in all aspects of life. And so I feel like a lot of my direction started from that, you know, experience. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know about that. And anyone online on Facebook, if you want to contact me, you can reach me at bodymindmedicine.com or direct message me if you're watching this on Facebook Live. So I wanted to talk about this time change stuff, which this morning my partner and I were sitting around talking. Why am I so tired? Why all these things. Why is that? There's the time change, the shortening of the day. The desire to be active, but the the nature is saying slow down. There's just so many, it's kind of conflicting experiences that are happening. Um, so that, I mean, it makes all the more important, it makes it all the more important that we pay attention to nature. And one of the things that I strongly recommend, which we did today, was go out and walk in the forest. If you have a forest preserve nearby, or even a park or the lakefront, but get out in nature, in the trees. It felt so much better to and we just walked for, it seemed like for a long time, and it still didn't seem to make me tired at all. The other thing I wanted to talk about, because when we were out there, I noticed how relatively quiet it was there. And maybe the trees act like a little um, buffer, but sound and silence, some research shows that silence actually is a huge healer. Even when they measured the healing music, for example, or something, the qualities of healing sound, but it was the silence in between that actually had a greater effect, which I think is just kind of cool. Um, so it's that change and that silence that's really important. So the point I want to make is that we need to we've spent a lot of time programming our body to be on, so quote unquote, like summer schedule, right? Where longer days, and now all of a sudden it's shortening, and we have to we have to adjust. And one of the things, going out in nature is one of those adjustments. But light is a huge one. And so getting outside during the day, especially morning, perhaps in the late afternoon before sunset as well, just this helps the body get acclimated to the new time um, situation. However, the change in time is also really interesting to me because they do the time change, the body remembers, for example, when they milk cows, the cows don't care what time it is. They milk on a schedule. And so the farmers want to milk the cows when the cows want to be milked, and so they do that. But we tend to tend to follow some external schedule, and and so at any rate, our body knows, oh, breakfast time is 8 o'clock, but now it's 7 o'clock, right? So the clock says seven, and the body knows, oh, you feed me at 8. So or I wake up at, I wake up at let's say 6 a.m., but the body knows it's actually 7 from the earlier summer schedule. So there's a little bit of confusion going on here. You can get the picture. And so what that means is we have to adapt. We have to shift. And one of the things that I find really important is simply when I wake up, I stand up and stay and do some activity. For example, maybe some exercise or um, movement, but that helps change the body's um, peristalsis, the digestive. Gravity is a real important message for the body so that it knows, oh, you know, you're waking up. Light is another one that, and in Indian medicine, they say, get up 15 minutes before the sunrise and you'll feel better the whole day. So I try to subscribe to that. I think it's really helpful. Um, and I don't know if I have, I mean, there are ways people, regulate how long, like they get to sleep a little earlier. I nap if I'm tired. Um, just be really gentle with yourself instead of trying to force yourself to make all these, drastic changes that perhaps could come about a little more gently. Um, if we incrementally changed our time over, you know, 2 months, maybe it'd be different. But you know, we don't. We just throw the time change, and here we are. So anyway, I'm going to do some energy corrections around this um, body rhythms, circadian rhythm adjustments. So while we're doing the treatment, you can, you don't have to really do anything. You can do all these are somewhat suggestions to implement over time, um, gently and gradually to help shift and know that, we're definitely in a kind of a this transition phase with um, light, and that's why the Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and the Day of the Dead, they're all uh, noticing. They're from ancient cultures that noticed that things are different right now. That there's this transition period, and um, and so gently, gradually noticing your body, how you need to rest a little more. But the body says, it's 6 a.m. So what time is it really? It's 7, from the earlier conditioning. It's 7. So what does that mean? Oh, I should be up already. So it's 6 a.m. and you think I need to sleep a little more and you can't. Well, it's because your body thinks it's 7. Well, there it is. So I'll do some energy corrections around these, and I'll just mention what they are. But happy full moon bathing too. Yoo-hoo. All right. Um, Good idea. Yeah, being conscious of the constellations and the moon is also it's a great thing to do. Um, so, um, Close your eyes if you prefer or don't. It's fine either way. Just want you to reduce stimulation. See if it helps you relax a little more with your eyes closed. That's great. And it doesn't matter. You can lie down if you prefer to sit or whatever feels best, helps you feel comfortable. Just breathing, noticing your body, relaxing. And for energy, so I'm going to do some corrections around what could be called the battery. And those are, the battery is how we store our energy, generally in the cells, in the mitochondria. And there's also a body clock. So I want to help reset. You know how you can just go to your clock and your phone resets automatically, but if you have any old clocks that aren't connected to the internet, you have to reset or change their date. Well, we'll do a little correction on resetting the bio clock in your body. If you can get out in the sun, it's going to help you reset it too during the day, especially as it's coming up and going down, because the body knows what's happening as the sun either rises or falls. Another thing that some people do, especially some people have a seasonal affected disorder and they use full spectrum lights over the course of the winter to help supplement the light or the deficiency of light because of we spend a lot more time indoors. Of course, vitamin D is also very helpful. Just our relationship with gravity. It's interesting if you think about it. When you're lying down, your cells are pulled a certain way by the magnetic fields and all those things and the gravity. And then when you stand up, they have a different positioning. So it's almost like they've shifted 90 degrees in how they're being affected. And it's off by an hour now. So I'm going to clear some of that confusion, even just the cellular confusion. It's not there's intellectual understanding of it and experience, but on the cellular level, we're also getting some sort of that change that you might not, and so it might feel, it's not something you feel or it's intellectual. It's not something, it's very physical. So, there are some situations where it's coming up is thinking about, not being able to sleep, because of the change in schedule. Or some people, they may sleep too much. So we want a balance in there. Want to clear that for more of a balanced sleep schedule. But it is natural, a lot of our um, mammal relatives, the animals, they sleep longer. They hibernate, some of them, in the deeper states. And so we, as humans, have fight against that, especially, you need to take care of your, um, living, working, all those things. It's a big challenge to just staying on your own schedule. So, want to be able to be flexible so that we can change. Be adaptable. So let's spend a little bit of time paying attention to light with the eyes closed. And that means you may see colors or just different trails, or some people see little sparkles. Just noticing that and just letting them get quiet. If you have light on in your space, just if you can dim it down. Some times we recommend people get some, they call them blue blocker glasses, or um, they have also, I forgot what it is, but it's more of a orange colored light. I don't know but anyway, um, there's different, there are glasses that you can help you wind down in the evening. And especially because we use artificial light, and the blue screen from the computers and television, it tends to stimulate and keep us activate the brain, and we want to be able to reduce that stimulation, because people do it, and it certainly makes sense to wind down in the evening. right? But winding down, you could still watch the television or do what you're doing, but when you put on the specific glasses that screen out that blue light, um, you're not stimulated as much. So, um, but listening to some gentle music can always be also very therapeutic to, set these trigger times. So you stay on your schedule, your new schedule, and just know that your body is going to slowly adjust to the sort of that winter schedule that, and, with the shorter day, longer night. So it's not like we can always just wave a magic wand and everything is just fine. There are some things we can do to help facilitate the adjustments that we need to make. Actually, if you would, just rub your hands together. We're going to spend a little time calming. This is a method of relaxing the optic nerve and reducing all the stimulation to in a dark room. But this is a little different because we let our eyes take the fleshy part of the palm, rest the eyes in, and tip the head forward without pressing hard, and you let the eyeball sort of just relax. Little support from the palms. And while you're doing that, then notice any inner experiences you have from your eyes. And you can, if you can let go of that, notice what you experience once you've released. Because the light does go through your eyelids, not like they're not like blocking light blocking shades or something. Okay, good. So let's get ready to come back into our normal state, coming from a very relaxed state. Gently put your hands in front of your heart. Take some nice full breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Turn the palms toward the heart center. Imagine energy from the hands moving into your heart and then spreading through every part of your body. Just letting every cell, like a sponge, sucking up this energy. And then we'll turn the palms back toward each other. Inhale. Exhale, opening out, sending this energy that you have in your body out into the world. And then bring the hands back again, inhaling. It's full inhalation, exhale, sending out energy again. One more time, inhale. And exhale, just knowing that the flow, energy flow is what we want. We don't want to stop the waves of the ocean or the flow of a river without causing any repercussions, right? If we do that. So we keep all that energy coming through us instead of trying to grasp onto any one idea, thought, experience. Just let it all move. Because the more we grasp, often, a lot of ancient traditions feel like that's the cause of suffering. So we want to be able to experience what we experience and then let it go. So express some gratitude for your experience tonight. And thank you all for coming. Have a beautiful rest of your week. And just remember that everything is, I don't know, Bob, it's a quote from Bob Marley. Everything is going to be all right, right? Peace. Namaste. Okay. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. So,
Yep, for sure.
bye.
Bye.